If you're looking to improve your arsenal skills, don't worry, because us here at Roblox Express are here to give you a beginner guide for Roblox Arsenal. Let's head right into it. Now, I've played a lot of first-person shooters before, so I picked up Arsenal quickly. If this is your first shooter game, you may not be familiar with some of the fundamentals of surviving and eliminating enemies. With these tactics, you should be able to increase your placements and possibly even win some games. Here are some tips and tricks I use every time I play the game. Change your crosshair color. This can be done in Arsenal's settings section under display. Choose a color that doesn't appear frequently on any of the maps. For example, I use a bright pink crosshair that stands out against any background. I've seen some people choose a bright green that stands out well in other games. The entire point is to ensure that it never blends into the background, allowing you to see it clearly at all times. This simply allows you to see where you're shooting and when you're shooting. Assists count as much as solo eliminations. Guys, you may try to think that solo eliminations are way more important than just plain assists, but don't worry and stop worrying about that, because assists actually do count just as much as solo eliminations. So don't just try and go for kills, also try and assist your teammates. Use cover. Anything that gets in the way of your enemy's gunfire is considered cover. That could be a box, a car, a wall, or anything you can keep in front of you to deflect bullets. If you're reloading or have a weapon that fires slowly, use this. Only open up when you're ready to fire at them, because you're a defenseless target if you're out in the open and can't shoot. Use high ground. The high ground is incredibly important in shooting games. This is because an opponent can only target a portion of you when you fire down at them, whereas you can target them all. Because you're partially blocked by the surface you're on, they will have a harder time shooting you. You should always try to get a higher than your opponent if it's quickly and safely possible. I say safely because if you're on a ladder, you're an easy target. Know your weapons. It's important to have a general sense of how all the weapons work. Use melee more often. You want to use melee as much as possible, because if you can finish someone with melee, they lose a level and you gain a level. If possible, jump down behind a player from high ground, and it'll be an instant elimination if you can melee them in the back. If you don't want to lose a level, stay away from melee one-on-one battles. Run with your melee weapon out. Because many weapons make you run slower than usual, if there are no nearby enemies, just run with your melee weapon out. It's a little risky, but if you want to win, you need to eliminate opponents as quickly as possible. So you can't be walking around slowly with a big weapon. I try to only draw my weapon when I believe someone will be approaching around a corner or when I'm peeking around one. Know the spawn locations. Knowing the spawn locations of each map is the true key to victory in Arsenal. You'll pick these up in time, but you need to understand that there's only a certain amount of spots people will spawn. Enemy players will spawn away from you and your teammates in most cases. As a result, if your team just wiped out a group of enemies, you can be sure they spawned on the opposite side of the map. That means you'll need to grab your melee weapon and sprint to the opposite side as quickly as you can. You can run to a common spawn location if you know where it is, and you'll almost certainly run into some people to eliminate. But anyways guys, that's all we have for you today. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, as well as turning your post notifications on so you never miss out on a future video from us. And until we see you guys next time, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen and have a great rest of your day. Bye now!